Hi, everyone. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Thank you so much for being here with me every morning. I really appreciate your company and your comments. I really want to start by saying how much I appreciate the time you take to leave comments for us, especially on YouTube these days. We're having some amazing conversations, and I have such a good feeling about the friendships that are forming, even if not, in person. We're doing our very best to make this connection work for you, and so I thank you for giving it your heart. Giving it part of yourself, and I just feel that's what's kind of lacking in the world these days is the opportunity to be friends with people. I think we kind of work in this world where we're protective mode, like we're in defensive mode all the time, and we don't ever have a chance to just chat with people and find our commonalities. I went to a TEDx event in Zurich last week, and it was so interesting. The theme was connection, and it was talking about how, very much that, how we just need to find opportunities to look at the things that unite us rather than the things that separate us. So that was really cool. Don't know where I got off on that little conversation, but it was just on my mind, I guess. But I'm having my tea this morning, and I wanted to share something this morning. It was just an interesting realization. I'm very conscious that a lot of women in our community are dealing with budgets, and we've talked about this before. And even when you're through a situation where you were challenged financially, you still I think especially when you go through that, you find yourself looking for good bargains and deals, and you don't waste money. You think carefully. And so I went the other day to, I went past a shop called Lidl, which in Europe is like, no, it's not Walmart. It's not, it's kind of, it has other things than food, but it's not like a Tesco. It's really a budget shop. And I went in there to get something, and I was looking at the tea, and I saw this package of teas, and it was just a little box, and it was like very, very inexpensive, and it said Lord Nelson tea, a brand that we all don't know. But when I got it home, I was interested because it was a selection of teas, and I opened it up, and this is what I saw: a little box of all the different colors, apple, lime, strawberry, gray. It was really, really pretty. And they're all black teas, and they're probably just the same tea that you get in other, products. But I just thought that was a really sweet little box, and that would make a lovely gift, for less than $2. I mean, less than $1. And the tea was good, which is the most important thing, is that it was actually very tasty. So I'm doing the orange one today, and I've got my orange mug. But it was I don't know why that struck me as just a moment to share with you, because it was, we talk about all these other brands that are so expensive, relatively speaking, and how lovely it is to find a little package of tea that you can buy and share, and it's not going to cost you the world. So anyway, that was my tea for the day. But here we are with the topic. Now, the topic today is based on an article by Kay Arthur. Kay is one of our bloggers, and she writes all kinds of topics about reinvention and positivity in your 60s. And she wrote this article that just, it was so simple and straightforward that I wanted to share it with you. And it's about dreams, about having dreams in your 60s, and 4 things that we can do to start following our dreams in our 60s. Now, itchy nose. Does that mean you're going to meet a stranger or kiss a stranger? I think that's what it means. Anyway, I've got my lipstick all over the place now. Just a second, I need to check, because it'll bother me all the way through. So hold on. Okay, I didn't actually smudge it. I've got a mirror by my side here. Anyway, okay, I'll get back on track. So what can we do? 4 things that we can do to start following our dreams in our 60s. First thing, spend your time wisely. This is so important. The choices that we make are so important to our quality of life and to the people that we associate with. But think about the things you do with your time. We all have 24 hours, right? So we've got 24 hours. What do we do with it? How much time do you spend on social media? I mean, addiction of all kinds, but addiction to social media is becoming a real issue for our societies. And it's because they have this ability to make us feel good, accepted, loved, just the basic human needs. We have our phone, by our bed. We check it routinely throughout the day. We scroll constantly. When you get on a bus or a train, you look around and everybody is on their phone. So how are you spending your time wisely? That may be the best way on a train or a plane, but give yourself a break, a social media break sometimes. I think that's a really wise way, as Kay says, to actually allow yourself to dream outside of the phone, your phone or your devices. Get a piece of paper, just plain old ordinary paper. Write out things that are important to you. Think you're a child again. What are some of the games that you would like to play? The grown-up games. Maybe it's the just games, in specific games, or whether you want just to dream a little bit about what could be. Go to the land of what if. I really love that expression. She uses that. And don't limit yourself with fears or finances while you've got that piece of paper in front of you. Just go ahead and write down 5 things that you would really like to do in the next year. Just start there and make it really simple. I would like to start, I like to start exercising again, or doing a yoga class again. Or I would like to be able to walk a mile every day. Or I'd like to write a little memoir for my grandchildren. Or I'd like to knit a scarf. Or I'd like to just smile every day. Whatever is important to you. I just made those up, but I'm sure you've got equally wonderful creative ideas. Just as Kay says, close your eyes and visualize your dreams. And then make it visible. So close your eyes, think about what your dreams for the future are, and then get something to actualize it. Get a brush and paint. If you love to paint, think about the colors, think about the textures, think about how they blend together. Those, is there a dream that has multiple people involved? How do you represent that in colors and shapes? Is there something that's going to require some investment? Think about that and what that looks like. What it makes you feel like. Does it make you feel frightened or positive or enthusiastic? So that's important to visualize it, make it visible. If you love to decorate, think about how you might change your room around, or your house, or maybe change a color theme in the bathroom, or maybe a new curtain or blind or something a little different. But make those things tangible. I think that's her point here, is don't just abstractly think, oh, I have a dream to make my house look, cleaner or brighter or whatever. Just write it down, draw it out. It's really important. If you want to write a book, if you're a writer, well, just write the title. Just write the chapter headings. Think of what the cover would look like. It's just taking your dreams and making them concrete, making them positive. Don't just say, oh, I really would love to write a book. It doesn't have to be 100 pages. It can be 2 pages. Well, it can be 20 pages. It doesn't really matter. It's your book. It's your dream. The other thing is too, if you like to build, if you're hands-on, then do something with wood. Go learn how to make pottery. I have a good friend, Tina, that we met on a trip I took, where she makes things out of wood, cutting boards, and she puts little pieces of turquoise and things in them. And maybe you've all got your little color or shape or texture that brings a dream to life. And that's, I think, what Kay is saying. If you're into sewing, you want to make the dress, visualize the dress and the colors, the shapes. Is it short sleeves, long sleeves? What is it? Again, have fun with it. Whatever your skill is, whatever your passion is, make your dream concrete. Bring your dreams and bring them to life. I think that's a really cool strategy. How you do it? Well, like you do everything, you have a plan. You can't just have a wish, because a wish is just a wish. It's like not going to happen. You have to have a plan of how you're going to make this dream come true, whatever it might be. And, I think the main thing that Kay mentions, which I love, is let your child take over. Let the inner child shape your direction, because they didn't have too many fears, to their disadvantage sometimes. But they just want to explore and learn and grow, and be free to let that little inner child go. I mean, many of us have raised children, and we encourage them all the time to let themselves go, to do what they wanted. I mean, of course, all of this is to kind of go to an extreme. I think we might have gone a little overboard on the "you can be anything you want" conversation, but just make sure that the dreams are doable, and doable at some on the spectrum. You might not write the book, but you might write the ebook, and that ebook may be just a few pages long, but it's a passion. You want to do it. And I had a thing for, well, I still have it, of cities that are built on 7 hills, and I was so fascinated by this because there's so many of them, and I decided to write a book, and it turned out to be my little book. It was like, I don't know, 100 pages, and I think I did actually I did self-publish it, but probably sold 5 copies, but it didn't matter. It was just, I was so interested and I wanted to research it. So I turned that dream into a reality. So set your child's spirit free, says Kay. I love her attitude. And she says, hug her close with strong arms of love. Be the person you want to be. The time now is meant for you. I'm just reading from her exact words. I love that. So let's have a conversation. What dreams did you have as you were growing up that you always wanted to do? And do you have any regrets that you didn't do them, and that maybe you haven't actualized all the dreams that you wanted to actualize? Tell us what dreams you had when you were growing up. I think that would be a really interesting question. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Please check out our website so that you can get inspired by our content and continue to meet new women all the time. And but tell us, what dreams did you have as you were growing up? Look forward to the conversation. Have a great day, everybody. Go out and do something fun for yourself, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye for now.